Good morning, everybody. It is your daily crypto news for Monday, October 9, 2023. My name is Matt, and you can reach me at matt@dailycryptonews.net. And if you would, please head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, click those 5 stars, leave us a nice comment. And if you did, and you have done that, thank you very much. Let's get into daily crypto news. Gitcoin, you guys know it's a crowdfunding platform built on Ethereum that facilitates funding for ecosystems and open source developers. You know that Gitcoin did that, right? Well, they informed the community that they lost nearly $500,000 worth of funds from its treasury. And how did they do that? Well, there was a budget request dubbed MMMS19. And they said that those funds were misdirected. They said the transfer was intended for this budget contract, but it didn't land on its multisig. Instead, the Gitcoin tokens were sent to a Gitcoin token contract. This rendered the funds stuck in the contract with no way of recovering them. Now, immediately everybody's talking about the locked up or burned narrative, and this is the narrative that, $500,000 in tokens was burned or locked up and we lost them, so therefore Gitcoin number go up. Well, that's not the majority of the users. One user said, to see an organization waste funds in such a reckless manner is disappointing. I don't care much for the burn locked narrative, but I am concerned how multiple high-profile DAO individuals misallocated $500,000 in funds, which could have been avoided if a single person exercised base level due diligence. What do you think? Just a simple accident or complete negligence? I also want to point out as well, we always see coins and projects getting hacked. This is not a hack, it's just a mistake. So please, with your funds, with your crypto, when you're sending crypto, make sure you double, triple check, maybe set a test before you send something. Accidents do indeed happen. Here's something that's not an accident. A lot of these exchanges have insurance funds, and they're a way to safeguard, to pay out profits and cover losses. And so they've set a little bit of money aside to make sure that if anything happens, maybe even hacks, they have an insurance fund to help out. Well, apparently FTX, the money that was supposedly held in their FTX insurance fund, did not reflect reality. And this is according to Gary Wang. Wang testified that the exchange used a random number, approximately 7,500, then multiplied by the platform's daily volume, and then divided by 1 billion to determine the amount of cash added to the fund. But the displayed number was not the actual number being stowed away. So basically they're doing some weird ass calculation that really was kind of arbitrary, then saying that we're going to store away that much money, but then not really doing the thing that they were supposed to do. And it was confirmed that the display number did not match the real number in the database. And of course, during this trial, Gary and the prosecution is confirming that the real number did not match the number in the database. And the real insurance fund balance was in fact lower than that was showcased to the public. So it was all smoke and mirrors. We have a lot of exchange news today. OkX has become the latest firm to fall in line with the UK Financial Conduct Authority's, or the FCA's, recent implementation of crypto marketing regulations. This is a holistic push for greater industry oversight. Now, if you guys remember, the FCA was asking about 150 firms to take part in a survey, basically saying, hey, we need buy-in, we need you guys, we don't need buy-in, we're just gonna, we're gonna have some consequences if you don't, follow our rules, but we want you guys to follow our rules. So, hey, take the survey, and let's get you signed up to follow these rules. Well, as of September 21st of this year, only 24 firms out of the 150 firms took part in this survey. OkX is becoming the latest firm to fall in line. And if you did not fall in line, and you do marketing, and you are not following these regulations, this failure to comply will give you a 2-year prison sentence. And in more exchange news, what a weird day for exchange news. South Korean cryptocurrency exchange Upbit has been targeted by hackers on more than 159,000 occasions in the first half of 2023. And this is according to its operating firm. The report shows a 117% increase from the first half of 2022 and a whopping 1,800% increase from the first half of 2020. Upbit is South Korea's largest cryptocurrency exchange, with 24-hour trading volumes of around $1.2 billion. Back in 2019, Upbit suffered a $50 million exploit, but since then, Upbit hasn't suffered a single security breach. And the thing is, I read this article and I searched around a little bit, and you know how the media is. They sensationalize everything. So 159,000 occasions of being targeted by hackers. What does that mean? And I don't know what the definition of a hacker or trying to be hacked means here. I don't know if it's just some dude trying to guess random passwords on his computer at home to see if they get into an account, or if there's actually like this, I don't know, North Korean Lazarus hacking group that's trying to, coordinate attacks against Upbit, or maybe it's all the above. And so I don't know the scale of this, but 159,000 is a lot. And finally, Ethereum fans widely hyped last year's merge as a decisive event that would permanently establish ETH as ultrasound money. Ethereum's transition from proof of work to proof of stake last September reduced the ETH issuance by 90%. Many so-called Ethereum maxis were convinced that this change would change ETH to a deflationary currency that would only appreciate in value. Well, in the last 30 days alone, the global ETH supply has surged by nearly 30,000 ETH, which is definitely not deflationary. That's equivalent to a roughly $48 million. Joe Burnett wrote on X, "The critical problem with Ethereum is that its future supply is unknown, unpredictable, and potentially inflationary. For Ethereum to be deflationary, transaction fees must be high, which means it must fail to scale, and transaction volume must move to other crypto securities like Solana." I just want to point out that he said crypto securities, probably not a good word to use if you don't want these things named as a security, just FYI, Joe. So as a reply to Joe, Ethereum gas fees have been pretty low. An average network transaction cost is around 7 Gwei, or around 24 cents. On average, transactions on an NFT marketplace, say OpenSea, cost only around 94 cents. So the fees are rather low. They're not as low as they could be, but they're rather low. And so therefore you're seeing a lot more ETH go into supply. Now let's get into those crypto prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 8:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear Greed is at 45. Neutral. Bitcoin sitting at $27,478, down 1.4% in 24 or 3% in 7. Ethereum's at $1,589, down 2% in 24 or 8.3% in 7. Yikes. Tether's number 3, and Binance is at 207, down 1.6% in 24 or 5.6 in 7. And XRP is at 50 cents, down 3.8% in 24 or 4.4 in 7. Running off the top 10, it doesn't get any better. USDC is number 6, Solana is number 7, down 7.7% in 7. Well, that's a lot of 7s. Cardano is number 8, Dogecoin is number 9, and Tron is number 10. The total market cap is still sitting over $1 trillion. It's at 1.07 trillion, with a Bitcoin dominance peaking over 50%. It's at 50.1%, and an ETH dominance of 17.9%. And that was our show today. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, happy hodling, everyone.